KATSEYE concerts, and BTS's comeback. What we learned from HYBE's latest earnings call. HYBE, the Korea-headquartered powerhouse behind BTS, CVNT and other global stars, recently reported record annual revenues of $25.45 trillion, US $1.65 for 2024, representing a near 4% year increase. The company confirmed on its latest earnings call that its artists generated 5.2 billion streams globally on Spotify in 2024, capturing a 3.5% share of all streams within the platform's Global 200 chart. Presumably, those 5.2 billion streams included music from girl group NewJeans. Over the past fortnight, headline-grabbing legal drama between NewJeans and HYBE subsidiary ADOR has reached a crescendo, with the band, forced by court order to remain signed to ADOR, announcing a sudden hiatus. Despite posting its highest-ever annual revenue in 2024, HYBE's annual operating profit declined 38% year in the year to $184.8 billion, $138 million, as its operating margin fell to 8.2%. HYBE's CEO Jae-sung Lee and CFO Kyung-jun Lee commented extensively on the firm's financial results and strategic outlook during its Q4 earnings call on February 25. Here are 5 key insights from their presentation. HYBE's artists held an impressive 172 concerts and fan meetings in 2024, with concerts revenue up by 25.6% year on an annual basis, and up by a hopping 111% year in Q4 2024. The company said major tours by CVNT, ENHYPEN, and Tomorrow X Together, TXT, fueled this growth, with CVNT alone attracting more than 1 million ticket purchases throughout its Follow and Right Here tours. According to Lee, CVNT, ENHYPEN, and TXT claimed the top 3 spots on Billboard's K-pop concert sales chart for 2024. CVNT held an encore show of the Follow Tour that started in 2023 and went on to the Right Here Tour starting in October in Goyang that included 34 shows in 15 cities, selling more than 1 million tickets, Jae-sung Lee explained. Tomorrow X Together entertained approximately 540,000 people through 33 shows in 17 cities. ENHYPEN attracted around 460,000 fans to 35 shows in 16 cities. HYBE plans to continue this momentum in 2025, with BTS member J-Hope recently kicking off this solo tour, which will include shows in North America, Central America, and Japan. CVNT, TXT, and ENHYPEN are also preparing for new album releases and world tours, while LESSERAFIM is scheduled for a world tour after holding their first tour in 2023. Lee noted that HYBE's concert geography would expand beyond Korea, the US, and Japan in 2025 to include more shows in Europe and Latin America. Why did HYBE's operating profit margin drop to 8.2% in 2024 versus the double-digit levels we saw in the prior year? The firm's CFO, Kyung-jun Lee, pointed to international expansion costs as a primary factor behind this decline. In the music business, our revenue mix by artists has changed with the absence of BTS and the debut of new groups, he said. Furthermore, investments related to the debut of KATSEYE in the US, plus lack of activities by artists under the management of HYBE America, and expenses to establish human resources and infrastructure for HYBE Latin America, pulled down the bottom line, Lee explained. HYBE recorded a net loss of $26 billion in Q4, mainly due to the loss impairment recognition as goodwill of Ithaca Holdings as a non-operating loss, said Lee. HYBE acquired Ithaca Holdings, founded by Scooter Braun, in 2021. The firm then became the bedrock of HYBE America, with Braun as its CEO. HYBE CEO, Jae-Sung Lee, further acknowledged the financial impact of international investments on the company in 2024, but also emphasized their long-term strategic value. Lee said on the Q4 earnings call that HYBE's investment into the U.S. had helped drive significant growth in our labels business as well as new businesses. He commented that while these investments may not show immediate financial returns, they provide intangible benefits, of which HYBE's U.S. operation is already feeling the impact and positive effects. Unfortunately, these are not shown in the short-term earnings numbers, but they are very valuable, Lee added. Just like developing a new K-pop group takes a lot of investment, investing in HYBE America will later lead to revenue contribution and earnings contribution in the long term. Lee cited KATSEYE's successful debut in partnership with Geffen Records as a recent example, as well as HYBE America's ability to secure top talent like producer Ryan Tedder for future projects.